So today we're going to look at kaleidoscopes, hubcaps, and mirrors problem 1.1 and focus on one of the three types of symmetry. Now in the introduction to this book we talked about three types of symmetry: reflection symmetry, rotation symmetry, and translation symmetry. And so the one we're going to focus on today is the type called reflection symmetry, where you have a reflection of an original image. So I actually have this piece of paper, and you can take a piece of paper and fold it over onto itself, and if you cut it, whatever shape you cut it into, it doesn't really matter. You can cut it however you want. Just zigzag all over the place, whatever image I want to make. And I can take that piece of paper, and when I unfold it, then I have basically a perfect reflected image of the original, left and right. And so that's what we mean when we talk about reflection symmetry, is that the one side literally could fold over onto the other side, and you take the original image and fold it over onto itself. I could even take this one if I like it and do some more cuts to it, and even if you've ever done other kinds of paper cut things, you can do images in the inside, and whatever I do on the one side, because this piece of paper is folded over, whatever I cut out one way is going to appear on the other. So again, I have a perfect reflected image left to right. So we have reflection symmetry. Now another way to look at that is if I take a mirror, like for instance we have this heart image here, and I take my mirror and I set it up against this heart, you can see that the left side and the right side are a perfect reflection, left to right, of the other. And so this represents reflection symmetry because it reflects over onto itself. You can take that image and pull the mirror away, you can see that there, and then when I put the mirror up against it, you still see the whole thing left to right because the one side reflects over and is a perfect mirror image of the other. So reflection symmetry is just like it sounds. It's reflection, and there's a line of symmetry, sometimes one, sometimes more than one, and you see one half perfectly reflected over onto the other half, and that is what we call the line of symmetry. So I actually in this case could take that heart image, because it has reflection symmetry, and draw a line right down the middle of it, and that represents a line. This line right here is my line of reflection symmetry. And so in Investigation 1, all of the problems that you see will involve the idea of finding these lines of reflection symmetry, where there's that mirror image left to right or right to left, or top to bottom, or different angles. We'll see that there's a variety of ways to look at these images to see that there's more than one, in some cases, lines of symmetry. Sometimes you can use tracing paper to do this, sometimes you can use a mirror, sometimes you can just look at the image and you can see, I just lay the ruler on it, find that line of symmetry. And really I could take my mirror and see that that really is the only line of symmetry. If I take the mirror and I place it in other places, see, I don't get the heart shape. So I can actually rotate this around, see the different shapes that appear, but none of them look like the original shape until I get back to that line of symmetry, and there it is. There's the original image. So with the mirror you can kind of get interesting images as I rotate this around, again trying to find a line of reflection symmetry, and at some point looks like the only place that works is right there. Got a lot of glare in this direction, so if we there we go. So you can see I still have the original image reflected left to right over that line of symmetry. So in this investigation, Investigation 1.1, we're just looking at reflection symmetry, just that particular aspect of symmetry.